Hello friends, my name is Ichigunya and this is our project Death on a Paper. How have you guys been doing? I hope that you've been doing well and that life has been treating you well. We're back in with another video, and let me first go over like this illustration that I'm working on here in this speed paint. This illustration is for a new life update sort of post on my blog. I've been doing these since the very beginning of starting this project, and what these are about, life updates are posts and blog articles and illustrations that are somehow related to my current life situations, whatever they may be. They serve the purpose of to sort of give you guys an update on what has been happening with me, like in my personal life, like sometimes like outside of everything that I talk about, and sometimes they are related to the topics that I talk about, like in our project Death on a Paper, like this one. This one is related to very heavily on my current situation with money struggles and a health update sort of thing. So yeah, again, the materials that I'll be working with for this speed paint are my very trusted Ecoline brush markers that I'm using here. This character is called The Pain, by the way. I haven't been drawing her in a very long time, so and considering the topic of today's illustration and the things that I'm going to be talking about on this YouTube video, as well as the upcoming blog article that is associated with this illustration, I decided that it would be very fitting to use her for this illustration. So yeah, I'll be using the Ecoline markers for her skin tones, and then her pink dress that she's always wearing, and then her hair as well. And then the other materials that I'll be using are the Ohuhu Nahuku acrylic markers. Once again, I've been really enjoying working with them. So because they have like a very good coverage, so I'll be using those. And then my Sakura Micron fine liners for line art purposes and a bit of like hatching shading, and then also my Sakura like gel white gel fine liners. Those are like gel based liners, like pens. I really like them for highlights, so I'll be using those as well. And this is just my regular sketchbook that I use for the majority of my illustrations. So yeah, that's all the stuff that I'll be working on. I hope you like the speed paint. This is not as long of a speed paint as the ones that I've been making recently, because this illustration was relatively fast for me to complete. So yeah, that's why the speed for this speed paint is just like 2 times from the actual one. So hope that's not too bothersome for you. But yeah, anyways, so what's been going on with me is just mainly like my situation with finances, with money has been a really big problem, and that is also like very directly related to my situation with my overall health, both mental health and then physical health. Just for the sake of clarification, I am diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, dissociative disorder otherwise specified, and major depressive disorder, and fibromyalgia. And fibromyalgia is my only like physical disability that I have, but it does affect me greatly in terms of my capabilities to work and then just, do regular everyday activities. Like sometimes I'm not even able to get out of bed without the help of my girlfriend. And so that's why it's very important to me that my girlfriend is here now, finally, that they're not going to go anywhere, because we were in a very long distance relationship for the first 3 years of our relationship, because they lived in the United States and I was here in Finland, and we had like this fucking 7,000 kilometers or 4,000 miles in between us. So that wasn't fun at all, but now we're done with that for good. So that's been like making things a bit easier for me, as you might be able to imagine. So that's great. But other than that, it's just my life has been very, very difficult in terms of like just having my ends meet, like money wise, and then just my overall health has been on the decline because I haven't just been receiving the proper treatment in a very, very long time due to political changes in this country, and the money struggles that I'm experiencing are also related to the politics of the current Finnish government, which is actually the topic of today's video and this illustration. So as you might be able to tell, this illustration has the text clearly. You can work while the pain is sitting on a wheelchair, and she also has her cane with her. I am a mobility aid user. I have a wheelchair and a walking cane. So these are like things that I actually have myself as well, and that's mainly due to my fibromyalgia. So this illustration is based on the situation that I've been in for quite some time now with Finnish Finnish social security system. In Finnish we call that Kansaneläkelaitos or Kela abbreviated. But yeah, it's basically this like social security system that is put in place to support those of us who are struggling the most with things like disabilities and health problems, either chronic or acute, both, and then also students receive benefits from the social security system that is funded by government funds and like tax money, obviously. And that's how we have grown to know the Finnish welfare system for the past 70 years in this country. So we have a very long history with welfare. It's a very important part of Finnish society, which is why this situation that I'm in right now, and many people like who are in similar positions compared to me are in. It's a very, very frustrating situation to be in. Because this country, it just isn't the way that it used to be. The current government that we have had in office for the past almost 3 years now has just been continuously wrecking the Finnish welfare system to the point that it's just not even recognizable anymore. Like, I look at the way that things are going in this country right now, and I just don't even really recognize the country for what it is. And that's a very, very scary thing to experience, and I know that we're not alone in that. People in the United States are definitely feeling that even more so than we are, but still, I mean, when we've been accustomed to things being a certain way here, and the welfare system actually doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is to support those of us who are struggling the most and who need support from the system. When that isn't the case anymore, it gets very, very overwhelming, and that's when we get cases like mine. When somebody is clearly disabled and chronically ill and just not able to work, not able to like financially sustain themselves with like financial needs and everything, that's when we get shit like this. When you're constantly being told that you are actually clearly able to work. And that's the topic of this illustration. It comes from, the inspiration came to me from the very, very real frustration that I've experienced with the social security system for the past over like half a year. I want to say closer to like 7 or 8 months, and it's been a lot to deal with. And yeah, so that's my current life situation, which is why I decided to turn this into a life update illustration. And also it's a topic that is not discussed as much as we should be discussing it. So that's what I'm doing with today's video. So this video is about ableist discrimination. For anyone who might not be familiar with the word ableist or ableism, it's a form of discrimination based on disabilities and chronic illnesses. A lot of people with like developmental disabilities, like the autism spectrum disorder or other neurodivergencies, experience ableism on a regular basis, as well as people with physical disabilities like cerebral palsy or like other chronic illnesses, like for instance the diagnosis that I have, which is fibromyalgia. And people who use mobility aids and need help from like structural help from the infrastructure in the country that they live in, like those kinds of people experience ableism on a regular basis. And I am definitely one of them. I am not only like physically disabled, but I am also mentally disabled because I am on the autism spectrum. And as well as my mental illnesses do lead to me being disabled by them, particularly my dissociative disorder, because I am diagnosed with OSDD, and that's a type of dissociative disorder that has symptoms and characteristics from every other dissociative disorder out there, like mainly like the ones that we think about are dissociative amnesia, depersonalization and derealization, and then dissociative identity disorder. So OSDD has certain elements from all of these diagnoses. It's sort of like a melting pot of all of those illnesses. That's why it's called dissociative disorder, otherwise specified. And you don't meet the criteria for either one of the already existing like more clear-cut dissociative disorders, but instead you have symptoms from all of them. So that's when you get the diagnosis of OSDD, like I do. And so the type of ableist discrimination that I've experienced a lot, especially recently, with the sort of changes that came to the Finnish welfare system, particularly the social security system, which is supposed to, like I said, financially support people like me. A lot of this ableist discrimination is based on diagnoses from my personal experience. And what I mean by that is that people with certain diagnoses, whether it be like a physical disability, physical chronic illness, or a mental one, either psychological or neurological, people from these like that have these certain diagnoses do not get the same sort of recognition or respect as disabled individuals, because certain disabilities are not classified as quote unquote disabling enough, even though they clearly are. But that's because the system has some type of bias against like certain disabilities, like certain diagnoses, and they don't even recognize like some of them. My personal experience with this, like that a lot of this frustration that I've experienced in the recent 7 to 8 months has come from the fact that the social security system or Kela, they don't recognize like two of my diagnoses at all. They do not recognize my dissociative disorder, otherwise specified, or my fibromyalgia. They do not take these into account at all. Even though based on the medical evaluations that my medical team has conducted like multiple times already over the years, my dissociative disorder, especially like all things mental considered, that's the one that's the most disabling for me personally, because I have such a wide range of symptoms from like dissociative disorders that like it just my cognitive capabilities have definitely been hindered and are hindered like on a regular everyday basis because of my OSDD. But the system does not give a fuck about that. The system does not give a single flying fuck about my dissociative disorder, because every single time that I apply for the benefits that I should be qualified for, which are the benefits granted to you based on disabilities and chronic illnesses, every single time that I seek for these benefits, my dissociative disorder is not even mentioned in the report that I get back from the system itself. So that's great. That's awesome. What that means is that the system does not even take my dissociative disorder into account when they are making some fuck ass evaluation of whether or not I am qualified to receive those disability benefits. They do not even take that into account. They don't care about that. And that is discrimination based on diagnosis. My fibromyalgia gets treated exactly the same. They do not give a fuck about my fibromyalgia. They do not care about the fact that I am not even able to move my body like a normal, like a healthy, able-bodied human being should be able to, because I'm not able-bodied anymore. I'm just not. Like, if you use any type of mobility aids, you're not able-bodied, but they treat me as if though I am. And that's so incredibly frustrating, because what the hell? Like, what is any of this? Like, my medical team has made these evaluations like time and time again, that yeah, like, this bitch is disabled, this bitch is chronically ill, they do not have the means to be working full time to get some type of like financial security for themselves, so they need these benefits. And then the welfare systems, the social security system and the social security office, Kela, what they do is they're just like, well, actually, based on our extremely biased and discriminatory evaluations, this person is not disabled at all, and they're basically healed because their depression has gotten significantly better over the years, so they should be able to work full time. Okay, thanks, bye. And it's like, bruh, what is any of that? What is any of that? Mind you, my fucking depression is not even completely cured like they claim that it is. Like, I am still extremely depressed, but my depression is very, very seasonal. It is there's traits of like seasonal affective disorder like that my depression has. My depression gets significantly worse during the months of like spring and summer. Summer is the absolute worst. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah. So yeah, because as we all know, we live in a capitalist society, where we're only really ever concerned of the fact like whether or not somebody is able to be productive in this society. If you are not deemed as a productive member of society, you are not worthy of support, and you are not worthy of a life that's actually worth living. And for somebody who's disabled, this becomes extremely catastrophic very fast, because like we're simply just not able to perform to the same standards that everybody else in this society is, because we don't have the means for that. We don't have the physical, mental, or neurological means to do that, and that's okay. And like, that doesn't mean that we should be continuously discriminated against based on the sort of illnesses that we have, and that we should be forced to go and have a full-time job, like work like 40 fucking hours every fucking week, because that's just not feasible. It's just not possible. Like, it just, like, this discrimination that I faced from the system itself based on the diagnosis that I have is just so incredibly frustrating to like continuously go through, because they treat my disabilities and chronic illnesses as if though I am choosing to stay like this, that I am choosing to remain disabled, chronically ill, and that I should just like pull myself up from the bootstraps and just keep going. And the thing is that I did that in uni. I've discussed my experiences with university studies like while I've been working on this project like multiple times, because it is something that like at the core of it all, it gave me the final nail in the coffin for my life as a healthy individual. Like, university completely destroyed my mental health and my physical health all the same, and that's why I'm here. Like, I experienced a very, very severe case of an autistic burnout, and that resulted in my mental health completely spiraling, and then a few months later I got diagnosed with BPD. Whoa. Yeah, so that's why I'm here. Like, my experiences with university studies were the final catalyst for all of this that's been going on in my life. So yeah, so I did that. I already tried doing that and it didn't fucking work. So what do you know? But for these people, for the system that does not want to see your status as a disabled person valid enough, that's not enough for them, and nothing will ever be enough. Because like I mentioned, capitalism is at the core of it all as well. Because capitalism is just continuously pushing the agenda of toxic productivity, and like there's nothing that you can do about it. Capitalism makes us feel like we are not worthy human beings if we are not being productive. And what I mean by productivity is in the sense that you have to work for someone, or that you have to have an extremely profitable business. That's how you are a productive member of society. Everyone else is just like a bunch of freeloaders, you know? Like, that's what they actually say as well, like especially in the United States, but even here in this country, even in Finland, because like right-wing politics have just completely taken off here for the past 5 years, I want to say. It's been very, very difficult to navigate Finnish society as a member of multiple marginalized identities. Like, I'm a member of multiple marginalized communities, mainly of the queer community, and then being disabled on top of all of that. So yeah, it's been very, very difficult. Because you might think that Finland is the happiest country in the world. We got that title even this year. We did, and I don't understand why we did. But anyways, you might think that everything is just like sunshine and daisies here. It's not. Like, things have gotten significantly worse. Especially during this government period. Like, this has just been fucking awful. Like, everyone around me, everyone that I love that is the closest to me has suffered from the right-wing politics of this country, like, very recently in some way or another. It's affected us very greatly, but me personally, I've been very, very, like, severely affected by these politics, and it's continuously getting worse and worse by the day. So what I'm waiting for is the next election, which is next year. So we still have to live with this fuck-ass government and these fuck-ass politics for another year. So yay, we just have to sort of make it by until then, I guess. One thing that just does not get discussed nearly enough as we should discuss it is mental illness as a disability. This is something that people can feel very personally about, but to me, as a severely mentally ill person, like, I think that it should be a given that we should see mental illnesses as disabilities as well. Because especially like severe cases of mental illness, like personality disorders, dissociative disorders, psychotic disorders, or like a severe case of mood disorders like bipolar disorder, or depression with like psychotic symptoms or something like that, like all of those kinds of things, like we should see them as disabilities because they are disabling, period. Like, they are by nature, and the fact that this does not get discussed in the disability community as much as we should talk about it is just really bothersome to me. Because my mental illnesses, particularly my dissociative disorder, has just like wrecked my cognitive capabilities to the fucking utmost. Like especially things like my memory. Like, dude, I used to have a stellar fucking memory. I just like, I used to be able to remember fucking everything that I went through. Like just all of these tiny little details. Like I still remember tiny, like minuscule little details from my life, from my childhood, that are completely related to the things that like traumatized me, that are like things that are related to like numbers. I fucking hate numbers. I'm gay. Okay, I'm gay, I'm a lesbian, I hate numbers, I don't fuck with them. But for still, like, some fucking reason, I'm able to remember the exact date and time that I created my very first account on GoSupermodel.com. What the hell? Why am I able to remember this? I remember the date, the day of the week, and the time by a minute. That was like fucking 16 years ago. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I used to have a memory like that. But now my memory is completely fucked. Like, it's not there anymore. Like, both my long-term and my short-term memory. Like, I have to have reminders for fucking everything. Like, I'm constantly taking notes on every single little thing that I do. Like, for instance, like art ideas. I have to take notes. My sketchbooks are filled with just scribbled down notes of ideas, concepts, themes, thematics that I want to make art about, because I won't remember them otherwise. And then even then, if like I go back and take a look at the notes that I've taken, and I'm like, bitch, what is this about? I have no idea, because like I didn't write it like clearly enough. It's just some vague ass fucking bullshit explanation of like a very highly symbolic like storyline that I want to portray in an illustration or two, and then I'm just like, I have no idea what this is about, bitch. Like, come on. It's just, it's crazy. So like when my memory is that fucking impaired by my dissociative disorder, I am disabled. That makes me disabled. And that shouldn't even be a question. But for some reason, especially for the system, like it's just like that disability gets questioned left and right. And it's just like there's no point of even arguing with these people, because they're operating from the perspective of a government official. They're following the law. And I'm just like, but why is the law like this? Like, that's the issue. Like, why is the law so fucking problematic that it puts people like me into this position where we are basically being forced to seek for jobs that we know we will never be able to actually do? Like, it's a waste of resources. It's a waste of everybody's time, energy, effort, and fucking brain cells. Like, it's pointless. But I have to do something in order to make ends meet, you know? Like, especially right now when my girlfriend is still unemployed. They've been seeking for jobs from the United States, like remote positions, for this entire time that they've lived here with me in Finland, and they haven't been able to find anything yet. So we need something. We need some type of form of income. But that's the way that the system works. The system is innately and inherently problematic in the way that it treats disabled people and chronically ill people. And it puts certain diagnoses on a pedestal compared to other ones, and then you get people like me who are disabled, who are chronically ill, but not in the way that the system requires us to be. And it's just like it's a lack of understanding of nuances. It's a lack of understanding of these illnesses on a basic level. It's just like, if you do not know anything about dissociation or dissociative disorders, like, of course you're not going to be able to see them as disabilities. But I would argue that these individuals who work for these government like official positions, they should know about that. They should have a clear understanding. Like, they are medical professionals, by the way. They're not just like some government officials that don't have any sort of understanding on like fucking medicine or something. Like, they're medical professionals. They're doctors. So yeah, but they still don't understand what they're talking about. It's crazy. but yeah, I mean, that's sort of what I wanted to talk about this video. I feel like the footage that I used for this video should have been a lot longer, but I can't really change the way and change the speed in which I work. So yeah, I mean, I have a lot to say about this stuff, as you probably noticed, like just by the amount of stuff that I was talking about in just like half an hour. So this is definitely a topic that I will most likely like revisit at some point. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Are you a disabled individual? Are you mentally or physically disabled? And has the system in your country been treating you unfairly or in an unjust manner based on the diagnosis that you have? I would love to know. I would love to know your experiences in the comments below. Please do share them with me. And if you disagree with me on this, I would love to know that as well. Like, please share all of your opinions and thoughts on this, because I feel like this topic is definitely one that we feel some type of way about, if you know what I mean. I think that we all have, like, statistically speaking, we all have some type of experience with disability. If not that we ourselves are disabled, but we have disabled loved ones, friends, family members, whatever, like just acquaintances even. Like, we all have some type of experience with disability. So this should be a topic that people would like to talk about, I would like to think. So yeah, please do share your opinions with me in the comments below. Now, as a quick outro, I wanted to let you know that I have changed my content plan to a certain extent. I'm changing the way that I approach making content. I'm changing the way that I'm working on, and you will see the changes very soon. Like when I do get to the point of like posting on Instagram more, you will probably be able to notice the change, and I hope that you like the change. I've been struggling a lot with just feeling very unmotivated when it comes to Instagram, especially. I think I talked about that in the last video or something, and I feel like I have finally found some type of solution to this problem. So, and that's in me changing the content plan and how I work on my content in regards to my art, because these things need to go hand in hand for me. I am first and foremost, I'm an artist, I'm an illustrator. That's how I describe myself, and the sort of content creation thing like just comes like as a second thing. So yeah. But that's going to change a bit in the near future. I hope that you'll like the change. I am very excited to be working on stuff with a bit of a different sort of approach, because I don't want to resent the kind of plan, the kind of path that I have chosen for myself. Because if I start to resent that, then there's like no point in anything, because I don't have anything else here. Like, bruh, like this is all I have now. This is all that I can do. Like, just like even logistically speaking, like this is everything that I have to do. So yeah, so maybe this change will be a good one. I have a feeling that it will. So yeah, but I think that's about it. So yeah, thank you again for watching today's video and for spending some time here with me. I would like to ask for you to go to the description box and down below and check the links there. Me and my girlfriend have set up a GoFundMe page for just like fundraiser, like just for everyday expenses like food and medication and bills and rent, stuff like that, because as I discussed in this video, we're just financially in a very, very unstable situation as of right now. So any help with that would be greatly appreciated. I also have a link to my art shop there if you would like to support my art business by buying some of my art products there on my website. I would really appreciate that as well, because I have a huge fucking stock that I need to get rid of. So please buy my shit, please. I would really appreciate it. Yeah. I do have some plans for like new art products that I will be launching this year, so keep an eye out on those as well. And yeah, this, like I said in the beginning of this video, this illustration will be published on the blog as a life update illustration. So check the blog article as well to read more about this stuff that I've been going through and the stuff that this illustration was based on. Please go check out that as well. And then on Instagram, all of the new pieces of content that I have created around this illustration in particular. So yeah, all of those links you can find in the description box down below. But yeah, I guess that's about it. So yeah, thank you once again for taking the time to spend some time with me and watch today's video. My name is Ichigonya, and this has been our project Death on a Paper.